Hey, what's up everybody? It's Nick here with you. Welcome back to the Rock Squad channel and welcome to my quick rock album review for the brand new studio album from Stereophonics. It's called Oochya or Oochya or Oochya, or I'm not quite sure how to say it, but it's a brand new record from Stereophonics and I am a gigantic Stereophonics fan. I have been since the get-go, from Word Gets Around in 1997. I love Performance and Cocktails. I love Just Enough Education to Perform. And this is my favorite Stereophonics record, which is You Gotta Go There to Come Back from 2003, which I had signed by Kelly Jones and the boys at the Edge Radio Studio in Toronto on the Language, Sex, Violence, Other tour in 2005. And like I said, I'm a gigantic fan of the band. I would have to say that I'm more of a fan of the earlier half of their career more than the latter half of their career. They've been so prolific over the last 2 decades or so, releasing an album, on every 2 years on average, I think. So they're very prolific. Kelly Jones is a very prolific songwriter, and they've kept the goods coming for 2 decades. But I have to say, as a Stereophonics fan, I've gotten a little bit less mileage out of the band over the last decade or so. I have to say that it's been a mixed bag for me when it comes to their studio records after You Gotta Go There to Come Back. Like, for me, this is the peak of Stereophonics. This is their best record. After that, with Language, Sex, Violence, Other, they took a much decidedly kind of more sleek, modern rock sound, which they continued. The records after that, like Pull the Pin, it was okay. I have to say Keep Calm and Carry On was my favorite Stereophonics record. I think that's probably my last favorite Stereophonics record, the one that I liked the most that they put out back in 2009. And then after that, kind of mixed bag. Every album had some songs that I liked, but then songs that I didn't like. Graffiti on the Train wasn't really huge for me. Keep the Dream Alive was okay. Scream Above the Sounds, again, was okay. Kind was all right. And I think with me for Stereophonics is that a lot of their stuff has just gotten kind of bland. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of excitement in their music, and they still write good songs. Kelly Jones is still a great songwriter. He's still a great singer, but it's just something about their sound just doesn't appeal to me as much as those first few records. And I know I say on this channel all the time that as fans, we always have expectations of bands that I think are unrealistic. Bands decide to take different directions in their sound, different directions in their music, and whether we like it or not, that is their right to go and do whatever they want musically. And we may connect with it, we may not connect with it, we may like it, we may not like it, but that's the way it goes, and I'm never gonna hold it against a band for doing something that I may not necessarily dig. I try to give every record a fair shot, and sometimes I don't really see eye to eye with the record, so to speak. So that's kind of where I've been with the Stereophonics over their career for the last decade or so. Their last record, Kind, not a huge fan of that record, but I have to say that this new album, finally getting to the new record, Oochya, or however you pronounce it, I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised by this new Stereophonics record, and I think it's a lot stronger than the last couple albums that they put out over the last half decade or so. And so just guys, give you guys an idea of the songs that I really liked on this record. Hang on Your Hinges, which is one of the singles that they released before the new album came out. This is a great rocker with a really, really cool riff. I wish Stereophonics would embrace more of the rock side over the last couple of years. There's a song from Keep the Dream Alive in 2015 called C'est La Vie, which is the first single and song from that record. I think that's the best song they put out in a long time, and I always wish they kind of continued in that direction. And I think Hanging on Your Hinges definitely has more of that upbeat rock sound that I would like to hear from Stereophonics. Then we get into a standard phonics ballad that we've heard from them a million times, I want to think, over the last decade or so, and the song's called Forever. Great song, but still kind of standard run-of-the-mill Stereophonics. Still like it. Other songs I liked on this record was When You See It, Do You Feel My Love, which was another single from Oochya. It's a great dark Stereophonics song, and I think a lot of their songs over the last decade or so, when you think about Graffiti on the Train or some of the songs from Scream Above the Sounds, All in One Night is another song I keep thinking about. They have a kind of like a darker sound. Even going back to You Gotta Go There to Come Back, the song I'm Alright, You Gotta Go There to Come Back has a similar sound to that. Really like Do You Feel My Love. Close Enough to Drive Home, Leave the Light On, which had great acoustic guitar on that. Really enjoyed that. Running Around My Brain was a really tight driving rocker with a great chorus. You're My Soul was a good song, not to be confused with another Stereophonics song called You're My Star. Made a Mess of Me was cool, and Do You Know What I Got? Or Do You Know What You Got was a good one It was kind of Black Crowsy. Had a great guitar solo in it as well. Songs that were kind of in the negative column for me were Right Place, Right Time, which was really just a super cheesy song. I think Kelly Jones writing and singing about the Stereophonics career and touring around the world and becoming a popular British rock band. Still cheesy though. Didn't really love it. Every Dog Has Its Day had some cool Beatles-esque piano, but was a little bit boring for me. Really didn't like that one. All I Have Is You, which was a standard phonics ballad. My only complaint about Stereophonics, again, is that they've gotten kind of bland over the last decade or so, and I really wish they would kind of explore some different sounds, but I'm not going to begrudge them for doing what they creatively want to do. And then some other songs that didn't really hit me on this record were Seen That Love Before and Jack in a Box, which was, I think, my least favorite song on this record. It was a long listen as well. Oochya has 15 songs on it. I think that's the standard version. Might be the deluxe edition. I think there's probably a couple of different incarnations and formats for this record. So a little bit long for me on the listen. It was an hour or so, which was fine. It went by pretty quick, but it was a little bit long, and there are a lot of songs on this record. But when you're Stereophonics and you're putting out a record every couple of years, why not put out as many songs as possible? Give the fans what they want. Give Stereophonics fans more songs to listen to, more things to chew on. And overall, I think this is probably Stereophonics' best record. In about 5 years. I think Keep the Dream Alive was a good record, but then again, I wasn't a huge fan of Scream Above the Sounds. I wasn't a huge fan of Kind, and I think that this new record, Oochya, is better than both of those albums. So the new record from Stereophonics, you know what? I'd say it's pretty solid. I'm going to go in the middle for me, so I'm going to give Oochya by the Stereophonics a solid 3 out of 5. And that is my review for the new record from Stereophonics. Let me know what you thought of the record in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of this record. I wanted to do a rock albums ranked for Stereophonics before this review. I didn't get a chance to do that. Maybe I will do it in the future if that's something that people would be interested in. But let me know what you thought of the new Stereophonics record. Make sure to like this video. We would appreciate that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos from here at Rock Squad. Me and my co-host Dave Marini, we do a Rock Squad podcast where we run down the latest in rock music news, and then there's lots of rock album reviews, rock albums ranked, rock movie reviews, everything rock music. If you love rock just like we do, this is the destination for you here on the Rock Squad channel. Hit the notification bell. Check us out on social media, on Twitter and Instagram at Rock Squad Pod, and make sure to just check us out here on Rock Squad. So we appreciate it. Oh yes, we're in a band as well. Me and Dave are in a band. We're called Fools Union. Check us out at foolsunion.com, and I will see you in the next rock album review. Until then, rock on, everybody.